And welcome back to the Coach Hemi Fall Workout. I'm Marcus Burnett, here to call some of the action as we're ready to bring you more of the camp games from this year's workout. It's been a great start so far. We had Team 1 versus Team 2 in Game 1. So that matchup featured players such as Chastity Carter, Ansley Eubank, Shelby Gibson. Solid representation from here in Middle Tennessee, as well as other neighboring states also. But looking forward to this matchup of Team 3 versus Team 4. Nice opportunity there inside, unable to come away with it. That was Anna Jones, number 90 there on the shot attempt. Both her and number 91, Tyra Hughes, going out after that last possession. It goes out of bounds. But now it's back in the hands of Team White. Got a foul on the drive attempt there. That's number 43. That's Anastasia Hayes, the aforementioned Anastasia Hayes. I've got J.L. Hemingway joining me on the mic. Hemi, for those that have not seen or heard of Anastasia Hayes, your nutshell summary.
Well, you're going to need to get to know her pretty quickly. Hayes already ranked in our Elite 25. As you see Blair Green right there with the nice jumper from the wing. We'll talk about her in a little bit. But Hayes, like we mentioned, 2017 point guard. She's matched up here versus Crystal Dangerfield. Also the top point guard in the class of 2016. So a big-time matchup here, Marcus, of point guards. You know, Hayes is another. Oh, they're going to get her with a travel right there. I don't know about that one. It's one of those old-school calls right there.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
That's one of those. As one of our trainers, Adrian Penland, verified. As a matter of fact, Hemi, that's probably a move that he just got done working on that player on.
Exactly. That's okay. That's okay. Finish my thought about Hayes. Hayes, a very dynamic point guard. We saw her play with Jordan Cambridge at the Peach State Basketball End of the Road Championships at the Franklin Fieldhouse. She can put it on the floor. She can shoot the three. Very dynamic in that way. Already have her, on our watch list. You see her right here with a nice crossover and gets it up very quickly. So she gets downhill very, very, very quickly, and she compares very well to other point guards in her class. You start talking about Kayla Pointer, from Team Elite, out of the Atlanta area. Kids like that, Hayes already compares very, very well too.
Good start for her so far. She, with that Hayes, she's got speed like Willie Mays Hayes off of one of my favorite movies, Major League. Man, I'm probably dating myself by saying that, but he had that kind of speed to where you wake up out of bed and win a race in the 40. Similar speed exhibited by Hayes as we see her use it to get back on defense. Nice pass there by Crystal Dangerfield.
Yeah, just a little too hot to handle, even for a very talented Blair Green. You see Green out of the Kentucky area here, made the drive to play. But what I like about Hayes is that she gets from point A to point B very quickly and then can change speeds, almost without even changing directions, if that makes any sense.
Good use of the pivot foot there. As the little baby floater goes inside for Hayes. Jump shot off the mark. Nice job of following her shot there.
That's Brene Alexander, another kid out of the Middle Tennessee area. And let's talk about Crystal Dangerfield. She just hits that three-point jumper, number 83 in black, the top point guard in the junior class. Fortunate to have her in the gym here today. And, what a great opportunity for a kid like Hayes to be able to get that bump, head-to-head, point guard versus point guard here in this workout. Of course, Dangerfield on the very talented Tennessee Flight, program with Coach Tom Insel this past summer. We'll play her high school basketball this year for Blackman High School State Championship. Blackman High School, play alongside of Mimi Jackson and you know, a host of other talented players last year.
Yeah, you talked about the Riverdale program, Coach Barrett and those guys in our Game 1 webcast. You know, Blackman, one of those story programs as well. Free throws knocked down there by number 42. That's Kirsten Hawkins. Hawkins going to have a seat. Coming in is number 44, Reagan Croft. Three-pointer off the mark. Good rebound inside there. It's number 149, Addison Bird. Bird had it knocked away, though. Now Dangerfield going to try a three-pointer. Strong rebound inside there. That was Croft. Triplett has it up top. I should get it to Hayes.
Nice little curl cut there by Triplett. And then the lefty jumper in the lane. Coach Shuck doing his magic over there with, well, we can't call it the whiteboard, but he's got his yellow legal pad out there working.
Hey, same difference. Him, he is producing results. As we see Triplett with the nice play there. And we've talked about Triplett's energy. We've talked about her ability to, handle with both hands extremely well. But I think our knowledge of the game and just the savvy also shows through a lot as well.
Yeah, she's one of those kids that can play the point, can play the shooting guard position, just going to be productive regardless. And speaking of productivity here, number 92, that's Paige Pimpkin with a nice little lay-in. Good-looking prospect, young kid, good length. Glad to have her here at the workout.
Hayes with the step-back jumper. Too strong. Long rebound to Dangerfield. Shot off the mark. Going to be last touch by Team Black. Back over to Team White. But this Anastasia Hayes, Crystal Dangerfield matchup has not disappointed up at this point.
Not at all. Both of these kids going right at one another. But at the same time, doing a good job of involving others in gameplay. As you see, Mary Triplett with the step back, can't get it to go. But that's what you'd like to see, out of dynamic point guards like this, as Hayes comes up to steal right on cue.
And gets to the rack immediately. She'll finish there using that speed on both ends here. That pass there was intended for Phoenicia Howard. It's going to go out of bounds. Back over to Team White. Here's Hayes. Over to Triplett. Triplett not shy about the tray ball. That one's in and out, though.
Dangerfield, almost forcing the issue right now, trying to get her teammates involved. And, what a great experience for some of these other kids that, may have not, played with the caliber of player with Dangerfield, just to learn the speed and understand, what it takes to play at that level. And the unselfishness of Dangerfield to understand, well, I don't have to shoot every time down. I can come down, involve others, even try to, pitch ahead on the break. I really like that dynamic and feel that we've got going on here in this workout.
Most definitely. You look at Dangerfield, you talked about her being a member of the Tennessee Flight Club program, Blackman High School, the different events and levels she's been able to be a part of. And it really shows with her ability to be a floor general out there. As we see her getting an assist there. That jump shot knocked down by number 21.
That's Shelby Nutter. Nice jumper there by the specialist. Shelby Nutter, been around on the EBA circuit for years. Plays with that Lady Zoom program along with Mary Triplett. Spencer Richardson, man, I tell you what, he does a great job of getting those kids to shoot well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Look at here, a little, uh-oh.
You had two DBs going for the interception there on that play, and they were all over it.
Well, Coach Shuck over there drew up a little horns, ball screen, flare screen action. But Brene Alexander and another defender on the weak side said, you know what? We can take away these plays real easily just by jumping it,
Yeah.
And even though you're trying to run some action here, if you're a ball handler, you've got to recognize and be a little bit deceptive, with that. Just because the play is designed to go there, if you see the defense starting to anticipate, well, you've got to be able to hit the slip.
It'll be Team White's ball, out of bounds.
All right, we got a little overruling here by the other official saying, hey, there's no foul there. She just tripped.
His job of touching base, getting that one right. Here's Green. Green gonna earn a trip to the free throw line. I remember my first time watching Green play, I believe, was at the Coach Hemi showcase that we did in March.
Yeah, you're right. Talented kid, 2018 prospect. Very, very skilled, good length, very versatile at that.
And by the end of the day, I have to try to remember the alias that our international director of scouting, Kyle Moore, gave her as a result of her performance there at that camp. I can't remember it, but I'll be sure to pull that one out of the archives.
Yeah, he gave a lot of different nicknames that day. As a matter of fact,
So we're going to get a trainer on site here.
Let's just hope it's a cramp and not something worse. That's Abby Wright that took the spill right there.
We've got trainers on site tending to her. We're going to take a short break while we tend to Abby Wright, make sure she's good to go. We appreciate you watching the CoachHemi.com Fall Workout on our Prospects Nation TV, powered by the SUV. And it looks like we're ready to resume play. Abby Wright is helped off. As our on-site trainer touches base with it. As Hemi mentioned, we opened something minor, so we'll definitely keep you posted on that. Working hard there on the rebound side of things. That's Jayla Hemingway. Earning a trip to the free throw line. She's out of Collierville, Tennessee. That ball knocked out of bounds there by number 66, Renee Alexander. Here's Kirsten Hawkins with it. Nice defense there by Hemingway. Pass ahead, jumper along the baseline, too strong. Another rebound inside there by Jayla Hemingway, who's got about 4 rebounds just in the past 30 seconds alone.
Jayla Hemingway, 2019 prospect, Marcus. Just an 8th grader, and what a big-time move right there by number 91, Tyra Hughes. Also with Spencer Richardson in that Lady Zoom program. Nice lefty finish right there, but Hemingway, got to see her up close and personal at, well, a number of places, as a matter of fact. We saw her at the CoachHemi.com showcase back in March, and we also saw her at EBA Super 64 camp, and most recently at the end of September at the end of the Road Championships.
Triplet with it up top. Nice defense there by Dangerfield. Lightning quick hands. She'll come the other way. Good contest by Hayes. Looked like she got a piece of it. But there to pick up the pieces and score is Shelby Nutter. So the sharpshooter gets a bucket on the inside there. As we see Dangerfield, we know what she can do on offense, but she wreaks havoc on the defensive end as well, as we've seen these past 2 possessions.
Yeah, without a doubt. In many ways, Dangerfield compares favorably to the current UConn guard, Mariah Jefferson, both in stature and also in skill. Those comparisons have been made, over the years, and Dangerfield's going to be one of those players, regardless of where she plays her college basketball, is going to be able to make an impact on both ends of the floor.
So we're going to have a foul going against Tyra Hughes. It's going to send number 44, Reagan Croft, to the free throw line. Croft good on the free throw. We'll make it a 16-9 ball game in favor of Team 3. Step back three-pointer by Dangerfield. Silky finish there.
Yeah, great jumper there, and you see Hayes trying to use the ball screen in the same way. And Triplet's going to let it fly, and she's going to get the 2-pointer to go.
Mary Triplet. Good pass ahead. Easy money on the inside, number 92, Paige Pipkin.
Pipkin being very productive here in this game. Finishing on the interior. Triplet's getting her money's worth here today. I tell you what, hey, when you're a shooter, man, that's what you do. And she's had a good day so far.
Yeah. This ball going to be last touched there by Team 3. So over to Team 4 in the hands of Dangerfield. She'll kick it over to Pipkin. Pipkin going to try a three-pointer. Nice rebound inside there by Addison Bird. Hayes pass out of bounds, so ball back over to Team 4. Just under 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Good look by Dangerfield. Pass intended for Hughes, just a little too tall. So it looks like Hayes and Team 3 will hold for the last shot here. Hayes with the crossover. He's fouled there. Dangerfield wasn't sure. Dangerfield had to face him. I'm not sure who the foul was on, but it couldn't have been me. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Appreciate you joining us here at the Coach Hemi Fall Workout. I'm Marcus Burnett, and we'll be back shortly. And welcome back to the Coach Hemi Fall Workout. I'm Marcus Burnett, and I'm joined by Mr. John Wild. It's a wild day here on SUVtv as we've got Mr. Wild joining us for some color commentary, and my main camera guy also for our Tennessee events, Slayton Wild. The Wild family takes good care of SUVtv here in Tennessee. Coach, how does it feel for the Coach Hemi Fall Workout up to this point?
I'll tell you what, this is an awesome experience for these kids, and Jonathan did a great job putting this thing together, and we're just happy to have it here at Wilson Central today.
Now, Coach, one of your players, number 149, Addison Bird, here playing on our home court. As a coach, your thought to play in this type of event, not only from a development standpoint, but also exposure?
Well, I think it's great for her to be exposed in something like this. You know, Johnny does such a good job, and all the people associated with his piece of work here. You know, it's going to do nothing but help that kid, you know, be exposed and then get some good skill work by these trainers too.
Yeah. It's always nice to see that balance, Coach. I know as a high school coach yourself, you want to see your players, you know, getting meaningful games in, but not to the point where it's all games and no skill development.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, in Tennessee, you're somewhat strapped as far as time with these kids because of the state association rules and that sort of thing. But when you can get people in, you know, like Coach Hemi's people and the Peach State people, you know, or work with them, it's just an added bonus for yourself and your program and for the kid also.
Yeah. Look, give and go there. Hayes just off the mark, off the back of the rim. Here comes Jayla Hemingway the other way. Nobody yelled wolf as Hayes comes and takes that one. Should kick it out to Bird.
Bird's a very unselfish player. Finds the open man like she did right there.
You had to provide the, you know, the best summary of, you know, what you like most about Addison, but also some of the things that, you know, you see an event like this being able to help her work on. You know, what would your thoughts be?
Well, she's definitely gotten stronger, and that's so important in today's game. You know, she's worked very hard in the weight room, trying to improve her strength and athletic ability and that sort of thing. But you know, she's a kid that can do stuff with the ball, and that's really going to help her. You know, she can put it on the floor and go by you. The one thing I think she's going to have to continue to work on to, you know, have success, you know, here in Tennessee and at the next level, she's got to become a better perimeter shooter. You know, she can do stuff with the ball and create, like you see right there. But if she can consistently knock down some threes, it's just going to make her so much harder to guard when she's a dual threat.
As she gets the short deuce to go right there. Good looking shot, good move. And Coach, you talked about the weight room, you know, judging by the looks of Slayton, it's safe to say that's not the first time you've emphasized the weight room.
No, he's done a good job also. They do a heck of a job down at Forest High School where he plays, the football guys down there, so we're fortunate.
Good to see Hemingway continuing to work. She gets a bucket there. Here's Hayes up top.
Hayes is one of the best young kids in Tennessee, awful athletic, good with the ball, off the dribble, and she's going to make somebody a really nice player in a couple of years.
You know, Coach, when you're going against, you guys have so many tough matchups here, you know, when you look at this part of the country, this part of the state, when you're going against a player like Hayes, what are some of your coaching keys to maximizing your team's matchup?
Well, I'll tell you what, somebody like that, she's hard to guard because I watched her over in Franklin a couple of weeks ago, and she's starting to knock down the three. Yep. So when she's putting it on the floor like she does and making open shots, you know, she's tough to guard. You know, you're just going to have to play a lot of help defense on her and maybe play off some other people and not let her beat you. Yep. But she's so good, you know. You know, sometimes that's tough to do.
Yeah. So we have a fresh batch of substitutions by both teams. Just under 12 minutes left to play. Here in the second half. Hayes will bring it up. For those that might just be joining us, you have Anastasia Hayes there in the white jerseys at the top of the key. And you've got Crystal Dangerfield, number 83, there in the black jersey. One of the better point guard matchups that you'll see.
Two definitely very, very good players, and they'll be playing against each other a lot over the course of the next couple of years in Riverdale and Blackman.
Nutter gets it over. Croft, a little bit of miscommunication there as it goes out of bounds. And, you know, Coach, they use the old phrase that iron sharpens iron. You know, talk about basketball in this area and how you feel that helps prepare players and teams when they face other tests?
Well, I'll tell you what, I definitely think, the success level of some of the programs in the state, particularly the Murfreesboro area, the run Riverdale's had and Blackman and, Oakland has definitely made, kids in that area and throughout the state, work harder on the game a little bit more and see what can be developed. The programs down there have kind of been the cornerstone for the foundation. And now what you're seeing is it branches off into other sections of the state where you're seeing success statewide. But I think definitely it's started down there. Here within the last 5 or 6 years since this exposure stuff has really taken off.
Yeah. That last bucket was scored by Phoenicia Howard for Team 4 there in the black jersey. You see Howard with the ball right now. There we have a good trip to the free throw line as well.
Important to be able to knock down free throws.
So important. I don't want to be one of those pessimists, but you hear a lot of people say that the free throw shot is a little bit underrated these days, maybe not as focused on as many would like to see it. Your thoughts on that statement?
Well, I tell you, win or lose your games. You're going back to when I was a youngster growing up, it single-handedly took Houston out of a national title against NC State. NC State was able to win that game because they could make free throws and Houston couldn't.
Yeah. Here's Hayes pushing it the other way. She's going to drop it off. Easy lay in there. Number 148, that's Kelsey Atkins out of Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
She's a nice player down there in Lawrence County, coached by Brian Porter. Plays in a very solid district, and they got some tradition down there in Lawrenceburg.
Good looking shot there. Of the three-point variety, that's number 21 with the bucket. That's Shelby Nutter. Just off the front of the rim with that shot, but they're working hard on the offensive glass. We'll see who it was last touched by. They're going to say knocked out of bounds by Team 4, so it'll stay with Team 3.
Kid throwing the ball in, 42. Big Kirsten Hawkins from Moore County. She's one of the best young players in Middle Tennessee. A very strong, skilled kid, can knock down the perimeter shot. She's a postable guard that's going to do great things down in Lynchburg for Bruce Slatton.
It's always nice to see the different attributes players bring to the table, Coach. We talked about an Anastasia Hayes, a Crystal Dangerfield, the speed that they possess, but that strength, a very key component.
Yeah, she's a good, strong farm kid, like I'd like to say. Blue collar, works hard. Probably lifted a lot of hay bales down there in Lynchburg.
The long rebound brought in there. Touchdown pass ahead is received. They'll kick it back out. Unselfish play there by the team on that possession. Hayes off the mark. Here's Dangerfield. Nutter trying to get another three-pointer. Count it.
Dangerfield's so good in the open floor with the ball. Great court vision and find the open spot up three there.
Dangerfield doing what she does in that regards, whether it's been a USA basketball trial, Tennessee Flight, or playing for Blackman. Always see her not only being able to score the ball, but really get others involved and be that general out there.
I think it's become a very unselfish player. It's not about her. She's done a great job as she's gotten older of being unselfish and finding open teammates.
Good work there by Tyra Hughes, who's done a good job using her size inside when she's been given an opportunity to do so.
Big, strong kid from Smyrna, plays for Sean Middleton, and the Smyrna bunch will be one to be reckoned with this year down in 7 AAA.
Good work on the offensive glass there by Anna Jones.
Anna's USJ kid out of Jackson, Tennessee, plays for Tony Schutz. Good young kid in West Tennessee. I thought she did a great job right there using her body. She went up for that shot there, kind of shields the defender and makes the free throw. Her uncle is an assistant with the Utah Jazz, Brad Jones, so there's some basketball blood there.
Great pedigree there, of course. Relative mouse in the house there on the inside as they get it in at number 66. That's Brene Alexander. She was guarded by Triplet.
Brene from Riverdale, older sister, was a 2014 committed to Austin P. She'll play at Austin P this year. Brene, a good uprising youngster down the Murfreesboro area. She'll do a lot of good things playing for Coach Barrett down there with the Lady Warriors.
As far as some of the colleges and the universities, as we see Bird showing some of that three-point shot, Coach.
She can do that. She's going to be hard to guard. She's great off the dribble. If she can consistently knock down that three like she did, she's going to be very good for us and very good at the next level somewhere.
Alexander, back-to-back buckets for her team there on these last two possessions. Bird just off the mark there. Good-looking shot, though. Ball's going to be last touched by Team Black, so it'll stay with Team White.
I like what she did there, even though she missed it. She squared shoulders and just a little short.
Triplet up top. Back to Bird. Bird trying to get that pass inside. Green got a hand on it, but nice hustle there. It's going to be another trip to the free throw line for Jones.
Good aggressive move inside. I like how she's not scared to go up and score against a bigger defender there, and then she's going to go shoot free throws here. I saw her play a couple weeks ago down in Franklin, and good promise for Coach Sheets down there at USJ.
How has the pipeline worked? Just, you've talked about a lot of the high school programs and some of the prospects coming out of there. Your thoughts on the Austin Peas, the Middle Tennessee States, some of your in-state colleges and universities being able to take advantage of all of that talent.
Well, I tell you what, I think MTSU has done a great job of locking down local talent. They're going to go elsewhere too, but they've done a good job locking down local talent here in the area. They've kind of been the staple the last 7 or 8 years of successful mid-majors. And like you said, Austin P and a Belmont, Tennessee Tech, Lipscomb, Tennessee State, Chattanooga. There's great mid-majors around here also, other than middle, that a kid has an opportunity to go play basketball at. But, and at one time or another have had successful runs at that mid-major level.
It's going to be a foul there. That's going to be on the floor, so they'll inbound. They're along the baseline. Here's Hayes, guarded by Dangerfield. Here's Bird. Off the mark on the three. Dangerfield will bring it the other way.
It was a good no-look.
Nice hands there by Hawkins. Good defense all around by Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins got up into her there, and just her strength, caused her to be off balance a little bit. I like her strength. I like her lateral quickness too. She can move side to side.
Yeah, Hawkins reminds me a lot of a player by the name of Green and Sullivan. He's out of Indiana. He's about a little bit taller than Hawkins, but a similar build, but on the boy side. And he does a great job of making up for anything he gives up in quickness, but really getting into the player that he's guarding and using that strength to deter them. If you see that three knocked down by number 92, Paige Pipkin.
I tell you what, Pipkin's got a pedigree too. Her mother played at Union. She plays for her mother at Chester County. I believe UT Martin has offered that kid already. Just a highly skilled kid out of West Tennessee that can definitely lock down and shoot the basketball.
Always helps to be able to have that parent that, has that knowledge of the game or that playing experience and, can really give you nuggets that you can use.
Exactly. And she's mother's a great coach and was a good player, and she's a solid young player in Tennessee here.
Official calls a foul. I think neither team was sure whether that was an inadvertent whistle or an actual call made, so the call's been made. They inbounded, but nearly stolen by Dangerfield. It'll stay with Team 3.
Dangerfield's so quick, light on her feet. Just a very, very gifted player.
One of those players to where if you can't see her in front of you, she's probably behind you stealing the ball or has already gotten it. As we see Bird with a couple of her plays saying, Coach, I've been working on it, Coach.
That's a good thing. I tell you what, she is a gym rat. You know, she's in here in the mornings. We're on fall break now, and you know she's been here over fall break. You know, shooting on the shooting machine, and tell you what, that's what it takes these days. You know, you've got to put in extra gym hours when you're not assembled with your team to try to get better.
Most definitely, Coach. Got to put in the extra work, and productivity is always better than just mere activity. I see a lot of guys, you know, hey, I've just been in the gym for 5-6 hours or whatever the case may be, but I think it's all about how hard you're working out. You know, I've seen some that have the thought that if you're going hard enough, it's almost impossible to put that many straight hours into the gym if you're going hard enough.
Exactly. You get more, not all about quantity, it's about quality of time.
Yeah. That pass going to be knocked out of bounds as we approach the final 15 seconds or so. Here at the Coach Hemme Fall Workout, we'll have 2 more live stream games here from the girls session as we see Hayes get that quick.
She made a great cut, finished. You know, that's the thing, she finished. You know, a lot of kids are going to make that cut, not successful in finishing. She can finish around the rim.
Got to be able to finish, and we're finished with game 2. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by Coach John Wild. We appreciate you joining us here for the CoachHemme.com Fall Workout.
Hey, my pleasure. You guys do a great job. Appreciate it being a part.
Appreciate it, Coach.